Everybody once believed that Sanji was once royalty or was royalty, but in recent chapters, Ichiro Oda, the author of One Piece, proved that Sanji was not royalty. All this time, we One Piece theorists and a lot of the One Piece fans had speculated that Sanji was royalty, but Ichiro Oda did a 180, a curveball, just a right turn out of nowhere. Sanji is really an assassin. Today I'll be counting down the 8 times that we missed the foreshadowing moments that Sanji was really an assassin. Number 8, the Hunter. Back in Enies Lobby, Sanji said he was the Hunter. At the moment it was badass, but when you look back at this moment, it was really the dialogue that stood out. Cooking is a gift from the gods. Spices are the devil. Sanji was really, he was saying some really spooky stuff, but it was really epic. This was a moment where Sanji's true assassin abilities were revealed. Number 7, his fight with Virgo. Virgo is a underground assassin, but really, realistically, he's more of a spy. Virgo was going undercover as a marine. When Sanji saw Virgo, he knew who he was and what the situation is. Now, not really the identity, but Sanji knew what kind of person Virgo was. And if you remember, Sanji said he heard the tears of a woman, and that is all he needs to save someone. But after a couple minutes, Sanji knew Virgo and the situation. Almost like Sanji knew how to identify someone who is a spy. Number 6, Sanji knew Nami was sick. Immediately, when Sanji saw Nami's face turn red, he was like, shit, that's a fever, we gotta get some medical help. Luffy, get your ass over here. And Luffy didn't know what was wrong with Nami. Nobody really knew what was wrong with Nami. Vivi knew what was wrong. However, it took some time for Vivi to really understand the situation. But basically, Sanji immediately knew what was wrong with Nami. He said, go get some medical help, and because he's an assassin, one of the most important responsibilities for an assassin is to never be sick, to always be perfectly healthy. Because when you're out on a job, you can't be coughing, you can't be doing any of that stuff. You can't have a fever. You gotta be 100% healthy. At number 6 is Sanji's awareness of Nami being sick. At number 5 is Sanji's battle with the weather. Now, if you haven't noticed, the only Straw Hats that are really skilled when it comes to the weather is Sanji and Zoro when it comes to battle combat. But Luffy and Chopper, you can count them as well. But when it comes to the very skilled, it's Zoro and Sanji. Isn't that weird? Zoro is a bounty hunter and Sanji is an assassin. And both of these characters are very, very skilled with surviving the weather. Take for example Drum Island. When Zoro had his shirt off, he was just shivering. He was about to freeze to death. But somehow he managed his way back to the Straw Hat ship, back to shelter. Take for example Sanji back in Water 7, it was just raining. It was raining hard and Sanji had to get Nico Robin. But the fact that Sanji was able to survive Water 7 storm, the waves, the rain, wow. This is what an assassin does. An assassin trains their hardest to survive the weather. Because if you get a job, if a storm is coming, you better do your job in the weather. So at number 5 is Sanji's ability to survive the weather. Number 4, Sanji enduring hunger. Now, in Ace Blue, when we saw Sanji's flashback, we all thought it was heartbreaking, it was just breathtaking, it was just so many things, there were so many emotions going in with Sanji's flashback with Red Leg Zeph. But one thing everybody just forgot, how did he survive hunger? For almost maybe 1-2 months after realizing that Zeph does not have food but just gold? Sanji has been taught to survive without food by somebody. Before he went with Red Leg Zeph, somebody taught him how to survive or how to endure hunger. So number 4 is really short. I think that we all need to go back and rewatch/reread Sanji's flashback with Red Leg Zeph. At that very moment, it was proven in that flashback that somebody told Sanji, maybe Sanji's brother or father, how to endure hunger. Number 3, the way Sanji handles guns. Now, From the beginning of One Piece, we've seen Sanji with a gun. I mean, we didn't really think much. But the more and more we go into One Piece, when we go into like Thriller Bark, Enies Lobby, you know, all of these arcs, it's just like he's got a gun on his side. Like Water 7, that is the best example. He had a gun by his side. Like, what? So the more and more we see Sanji with these guns, it's like, bro, what are you doing with these? But the way he uses them is incredible. Now, in One Piece movie Strong World, it's actually like the very first time we've seen Sanji just go all out with these guns, and damn, like right there and then in that movie, like the way he uses those guns is something that Sanji uses because he is an assassin. Number 2, Sanji always plans ahead. Now, an assassin always plans ahead. An assassin always has a game plan. But with Sanji, it's like in almost every arc, he is the smart character. Realistically, he is the smartest character on the ship, on the Straw Hat ship. So when you take a look at Sanji, it's, you know, it's cool, but then at the same time, wow, he always plans ahead. And a perfect example would be Alabasta. He planned 2 steps ahead of Crocodile. That is amazing. And that right there is what an assassin does. An assassin plans ahead. Number 1. Sanji goes on solo missions. If you haven't noticed, in almost every arc, Sanji is always going to be on that solo mission. Nobody is really pairing up with him. Sometimes maybe Luffy, sometimes maybe Chopper, maybe another character. But most of the time, he's usually on his own, and that's incredible. But a perfect example would be Water 7. That right there was a solo mission to get back Nico Robin. Incredible, just incredible. How can we not see this? Because an assassin, what an assassin does, they go on solo missions to find a specific target, either to kill, capture, whatever the assassin was ordered to do. Assassins go on solo missions, and Sanji usually from time to time would go on solo mission. These are the 8 times, the 8 foreshadowing moments that we all miss that pointed to Sanji being an assassin. I'm Anime Fan Talk. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, and if you're new, if you could please subscribe, that would be really great. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anime Fan Talk, signing off.